I hope everything and everyone is fine in these devastating situations. Do try to save, take care of your family members, yourself, and your surroundings. Welcome back in a new academic year. And in this new academic year, I, Asif sir, going to deal with the geography. Before we proceed further, we can discuss about what procedure we may follow for this subject. We will be mostly focusing on the chapters that will be very helpful for the board exams and the important chapters. So you may have some of the shuffling of the chapters, and according to the convenience, the guidelines, we are going to follow the chapters. In between, you will be getting some kind of a homework to be done. I request all of you to please try to complete it within a time span. So without taking lots of time, today in the geography session, we are going to start chapter 2, that is population dynamics. And this lesson will be divided into the several chapters, several videos, and you will be learning in detail about the populations. At any given point of time, you may feel some doubts and you need some clarifications. You can use the platforms that are provided by the school, just like WhatsApp, school applications, and try to clarify your doubts time to time. And I also request you to please try to complete the exercise and the homework in the notebook accordingly. So here, without taking lots of time, we will just focus on chapter 2, population dynamics. Let's now focus on the population dynamics. Dynamics means the development within a system, and here the system refers to population. So how over a period of time there was a gradual development in the population, we will be discussing thoroughly in that. And at the end of the lesson, we will be getting the different aspects related to the populations, and these are describing the factors affecting the population of a place, how from place to place the population is differing, identifying over and underpopulated countries in the world, why there are some of the countries overpopulated and why few of them are underpopulated, analyzing the impact of over and underpopulation on society, what type of problems the society face due to the over and the underpopulations, and the last thing you will learn about from this lesson, that is interpreting a population pyramid showing composition of the population on the basis of age and sex. So how the population is divided of a particular area according to the age and sex, in the sense male or female, and that we are going to discuss in detail in this upcoming chapter. Hope this lesson at the end of the chapter will definitely give the detailed idea regarding the population. Let's try to focus step by step on each and every aspect. Before we move on the dynamics of the populations, we should know about what is the population. Population, as we know manually, in definition, it refers to all the people. So these people may be living in a small area. These can be living in a regional areas or in a small region or in a large region, or they can be living into the countries. Overall, wherever we see the people, that is called as population of particular areas. Now today in this modern world, we know what is the present scenario of population. Do you think it was the same condition? No, because the population is a dynamic, keeps on changing. So it is necessary to learn what was the condition of the population from the beginning up to today. So here a small discussion about how the population keeps on developing. Now if you just think about the first prehistoric times, at that time the global population, in the sense the population of the whole world during the prehistoric period, it was very low. Now you may be getting some hint that why it was low, because prehistoric in the sense which was not very developed one. There was just the beginning of the human life onto the earth, and that time in considering the population was somewhat 1,25,000, and that was a million years ago. Now today if you think that 1,25,000 population is a very unacceptable, at that timing it was the condition of population. Almost 10 years ago, after the prehistoric period, almost 10,000 years ago, when people learn some basic things regarding the use of life, regarding the sustenance of life, regarding the beginning of the domesticated life. So along with the domesticated life, they started domesticating the animals, they started cultivating the crops, and here the world population started growing gradually, and that crossed 5 million. Now here also we can try to understand that why there was a gradual change into the population, because we tried to sustain the life in a very proper way. Some parts, just like we can say the Neolithic revolution, and these are all prehistoric areas, regions you have already discussed in history. In Neolithic revolution, people started hunting and they started gathering the food from the forest, and here because of that they started leading a more sedentary life. Sedentary in the sense not very workaholic. And because of this sedentary lifestyle, significantly there was an alteration among the people's relationship, and also the environment where they started living. As the people become sedentary, they have close contact with other peoples, and the environment around them also affected to their life. Despite these kind of changes that have taken place over the period of time, the population growth all over the country and the world was an average. And during those all years, if you just try to take a look at back in the digits, you can understand that it was just only the 0.1% growth from the prehistoric to this Neolithic revolution. Overall, if you see, you can try to understand that why there was not a very fastest growth into the population. We can easily guess that what type of situation was there and how the people leading the life. Later on, in the latter stages of the world, the result of technological advancement and the carrying capacity of the land improved and population increased. Slowly the world has become the techno savvy. New scientific innovations, new technical advancement, and the life becomes little bit advanced one. People started getting more and more better opportunities to live a very effective and better life. And because of that, the population started increasing, and the carrying capacity of the largest population that the sources of given environment can support. Whatever support the government or the environment has provided to us, that was more than sufficient for the people to grow and enlarge their population. And because of this supportive nature, the population started increasing in a very greatest way. By 3500 CE, the global population reached approximately 30 million, and till 2000 years ago, this had risen to about 250 million. Take a look at these changes from 3500 CE to 2000 years, and during those years the population has reached from the 30 million to 250 million. And this gradual change into the population caused because of technical advancement, scientific innovations, and the lifestyle of the people. And if you just take a look at this overall change into the population, you can try to understand that population is a very dynamic. And this history will let you know that why today some of the countries are most populous and some countries are still trying to cover up the population. And this is a matter of fact that you should know, and that's what we are going to learn in detail with the facts and the details. And now, as the present scenario, if you just try to focus, you can understand that the distribution of population in the world is not same. Let's try to discuss quickly about what is the distribution of population in the world. And I hope that the history that we have discussed about the population you understood very well.